Hi everyone, I'm Holly, and today I'm making some heart-shaped bath bombs for my next release, and I thought maybe you'd like to come along and see the process. I'm going to go ahead and measure out what I need for 3 different batches. So I have my little container here, and I am going to tear out the scale. I go by grams. I was trying to decide if I want to do the smaller batch or the bigger batch. I think I'm going to do the smaller because when it starts floofing out the machine, it can be a bit of a pain. So I need 1,500 grams of baking soda. And what I'm actually going to do is I think I will put it into here and then I'll sift it into the other. That probably won't be too much of the baking soda. Okay, take a couple of these chunks back out. I do keep this in a bucket over my bath bomb table typically, but I'm kind of in a different get up for the video. So I'm just going to sift this. As you can see, there's just a whole bunch of chunks. You definitely want to, oh goodness gracious. That always happens to me. I have yet to buy myself a better sifter. I thought maybe it would hang out in the bucket a little bit better, but I guess not. I just like to get the beginning parts all mixed up first, just because it's easier to move from batch to batch. I do clean up a little bit in between, but since they're basically the same recipe, you know. Okay, so there we have the nicely sifted baking soda. And I will just continue . I'm going to put in 60 grams of cream of tartar into each one. I'm going to put in 30 grams of coconut milk powder. Always love the coconut in these batches. 30 grams already. Now I'm going to add in the SLSA, and that is a product from Palm and Coconut, and it creates the foamy bubbles. I want 40 grams. I'm going to prep the liquids for this next batch, but I do need to melt down a little bit of cocoa butter. I have some deodorized cocoa butter from Brambleberry. I love the little wafers. So I need total in each batch, make sure I'm looking at my right recipe, I only need 6 grams-ish, which is not very much. We're gonna go with 5 because that's pretty much how they come measured, and we'll make it up with, well, I guess we could do that, can't we? We'll break that up. There we go, there's 6. You gotta use your noggin a little bit. 6. I thought the cocoa butter would be super nice with the winter weather. Okay, 6. And now I'm gonna measure the remainder as apricot kernel oil. So I'm going up to 20. If I go a little over, it's not a big deal. It's very dry. I've never made bath bombs in humidity this low, so I'm a little concerned about that. And one more. Let's do 14. There we go. And 14. So now I have some 99% alcohol, and I'm going to add 30 grams into each one. So I'm going to set a couple aside because I don't want to add their fragrances in quite yet. So into this one, I'm going to add 30 grams of fragrance. And today I'm using red lipstick from Rustic Essentials. Such an amazing cherry. And we're just going to stir that up a little bit. Okay, so I think I am ready to bring over the mixer and get started. So I have my 6-quart mixer here, and I am going to transfer this powder over. I'm going to wet it down with a little bit of 70% alcohol. Get this on. I can't see what's happening over there. There we go. And I'll get that in there like so. And I am just going to give this a little bit of a mix. Okay, so now I'm going to drizzle in this liquid mixture. Alright, I'm going to take this whole thing out and make sure that everything is mixed in really nicely before I add in the citric acid. It feels good. I really like the moisture content. I find with my machine that I have to have a little higher moisture content to get them to press really smoothly. It's like every machine and mold will be a little bit different. So I'm going to give this a little bit more of a mix. It smells so spectacular. I'm loving this. This is such a great fragrance. So now I'm going to put in the citric acid. And I pre-measured it. definitely have to sift this one as well. Now I find that I do like the citric acid to activate just a little bit, just to make the bath bombs hard enough. And I put in 1,000 grams of citric acid. I find that I need a little bit more citric acid to baking soda to have really good luck pressing. Okay, so I'm liking this a lot. I like the feel. I like that it's forming, you know, kind of a shape to the bowl. It squeezes just nice. Look at that. That is nice. You see how it makes kind of like a mold of the bowl? It almost feels crunchy, and it's cold. And that is one sign that it is mixed really well, is it feels cold to the touch. All right, I'm gonna split some off to color it. Put some off for white. That's about right. I'm using Lakes today. I seem to really prefer the Lakes. So I'm gonna use some red 27. I'm going to do about half of one of these scoops. And we're just going to see how that looks. And then I'm going to do about half of this smaller scoop of red 40. And that's just going to help give a little bit of a darker red. And may even, I am so backwards here. And I may end up adding in a little bit of blue. We'll see. That's pretty, but I'm wanting more of a darker, more of a warm tone. So I'm going to add in a little bit of the red 40. Liking this color. I find that the colors can deepen, and I'm not looking for colored bath water with what I make. So I'm just gonna hand stir this a bit, kind of break up those pieces. We're still in good shape here. Alright, so I'm going to work on getting my press over here. Okay, so I'm going to be doing the heart bombs. So I have a 4-piece mold, and I'm going to put the little curvy one in the bottom, and then I just have this little tapper part, and this is the part that's going to come down. So I don't know how well you guys could see all this. Maybe if I could go from over here. So I normally would have gone ahead and done this, except for the fact that I was doing a video and I wanted to show you all this part. I try to be a little bit more prepared. Okay, so we just have this little key. So now, this one's not going to be such a big of a deal, but I try to put the mold down and then I move this back plate up and tighten it. Let's see, let's do a little bit more centered to get a little bit more of an even tap on there. All All right, so now that this is prepared, now I can go ahead and hook it up to the air. So I have this nozzle here, and then here's my air hose. It's run up clear from the garage. This might be loud. That wasn't too loud. Okay, so I don't know really how we're going to do this. You can really see, I guess I could do it kind of backwards. Boy, you guys really could see that fairly well if I try that. Let's see what happens. So I have all my mixture here. Just kind of break it up. It's still a nice hardness. I feel like if it's made right in the first place, it'll hold. All right, so for filling the mold, I'm not doing any glitter or anything. I'm just going to put a little bit of both. Make sure this one's still good. Yeah, that one's still pretty good. Sometimes what I do is go ahead and do one of each color first just to see that it's gonna press really well. So this is where it gets super messy. And if messes bother you, then bath bomb making can be a bit of a pain. And let's see, I think I'm just gonna go with that, but give us a little bit of color on the top. Let's see how this goes. So I'm gonna put this part on the top and kind of go ahead and press it down in. I'm gonna place it there. Oh, let me check my pressure. I want my pressure to be more like 80 to 90. Let's try that. So I just changed it on this little knob here. All right, so we do it this way. Maybe you guys can really see this well. I'm gonna try. Do it backwards. Woo, it's a little, there's some airflow back here. This isn't the easiest way to do this, but I wanted you to see really well. So I have this tool that we just pop up. Ooh, that is too big. I have forgotten the size of bath bomb I'm doing. I don't think we need bath bombs that big. So we'll see. I'll just keep it for now and we'll see how it goes. So that was, yeah, we need to seriously pull back on that just a little bit. Okay. I'm just gonna put both colors there like so. A little white, a little pink. Let's do, I feel like these are better around 3.5 to 4 ounces. So let's do, this will be 4. Let's see what we think about that. I'm gonna put this on, and this is just, we're not working very well here, are we? I'm just really trying to do it so you guys can see really well, but I may have to move over to my other table. So that's still just a little bit too thick for me, so I think we are gonna go with a 3.5. A little pink, a little white, and a little pink, white, pink, white. All right, so that's right at 3.5. Put just a sprinkling on pink on that. And we'll just move over so you get a a better look. It doesn't take much when you got everything organized well. Ah, yes. I like that much better. Just kind of clean that off. Pop off the top. There we go. That's the size we're going to do. Isn't that nice? I love it. That is spectacular. All right, I'm actually onto a second batch now. I only made 27 for that first one, and I just thought that wasn't enough. So I'm doing a second, and I'm gonna record this one as well because I feel like my other one was not angling well. And so I thought, let's try this. So here we go. This recipe, oh my gosh, it just presses so nicely. Look at it. It's so cute. I love it. So I am just going to be pressing away to get all of these done. I've done a fair amount of dilly-daddling, and the mix is still really nice. And I love that. I love being able to work with a recipe for a while. I feel like that's just really important. So nice. Let's see if I can do this so my arm's not in the way every single time. Maybe we'll put these all up here on the top. All right, so, oops. With a little white, a little pink, and then a little white, and a little pink. I think I have a little bit more pink this time, so I probably should start going a little bit heavier on the pink. Ah, yeah, this is working so nicely. So nicely. I was a little bit worried because of the low humidity, but it's working really well. I like when the mix kind of feels like a little crunchy, but it still sticks together. I'm going for 3.6. 3.8. You gotta put the doodad in. So good. Okay, so I'm back to press the Figgy Cream Bath Bombs. I doubled the recipe, so I got both of the mixers into operation. I just wanted to be able to do them all at once. So we've got some purple, which is a mixture of red 27, red 40, and some blue 1 Lake. Look how cute. The purple's a little bit darker than I wanted. The citric acid kind of changed the color up a little bit. And that happens sometimes, but sometimes it actually lightens up too as it dries. So we're just gonna see how it goes. I always think of my Figgy Cream as being a little bit of a darker purple anyway, but it's usually not. It's usually a nice bright purple. That is so cute. Look at that. Love it. packaging up all of the Heart bath bombs, and I thought maybe you'd like to see how I'm doing it. So with these Heart ones, I have these little labels here, and I just need to put a little glue dot on them. So they seem to stick super well. I really like the glue dots. I just put a little bit, whoops. Helps if you go with the right side of the glue dot. A glue dot there and there. I had a bunch of adhesive different options that were supposed to come in, and during the big cold, I guess it would help if I label. During the cold, I don't know, it was supposed to come out of Amazon in Lenexa, Kansas, which is up in Kansas City, and it didn't, nothing happened with it. It didn't move, and it said I could get a replacement or a refund, and I said, well, gosh, I'd really like a replacement on it. And they're like, we're sorry, you have to contact customer service. So I don't know, I waited a little bit, and they let me do it again, and I was like, okay, let's go with a refund. And it was like, we're sorry, you have to contact customer service. So I followed the link and I did all the things, and it said, oh, we see you didn't get your thing. Would you like a refund? And I was like, yep. And it was like, done. Well, I don't know what that was all about, but thankfully I did have some glue dots up here that I'd had around for packaging at some point. So that's good. So I'm just using these shrink bags. I think it's a hard word for me to say sometimes. Bioelphin? Anyway, that's what I'm using. And so I think they're biodegradable. I look for biodegradable, so I'll let you know if they are or not. I am going to be moving to the National Shrink Wrap system. I just think that's going to be the best way to work with these if I'm going to shrink on occasion. So I have the Impulse Sealer here. And I'm just going to seal off that edge like so. This makes the baggie the right size, as well as sealing it. And I was thinking while I was doing all these million ones, it feels like, that it would be so cool if the bath bomb, I mean, I know this is too much, but the bath bomb machine makers, if there was an impulse sealer that would just be like a heart, and then that's set for each mold, and droop, 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 and then it would be just right. You wouldn't have all these like extra pieces. Just a weird thought. So now I just have a heat gun, and I know that a lot of people, see, I don't shrink wrap a lot. I just have a heat gun up here and the impulse sealer and such. So I think if I were to be doing it a lot, I need better equipment. I know some people, it has like an attachment where it just like really directs the air into just a real small spot. This one I use a lot for wax and such, so it's just an all-purpose one for up here, but I think it'd be really cool to get one specifically for shrink wrapping. So I'm just going to get this turned on and warmed up, and I will shrink these. Here we have the cute little shrink wrapped bath bomb, bath fizzy, I guess I decided to call them with this release. So they're super adorable. I have this tray to shrink, and the figgy cream ones are all done. So that's what I am going to be doing for the rest of the day. Thank you for watching. Be sure to check out the description box for links to the press and the colors and all the things. I'll see you on the next one.